This is the Marketscope that covers December 7th to the 14th, 2020. And there's going to be the close-up of Trump, Pence, Biden, and Giuliani. The lunar eclipse of November 30 was nothing more than a strong illumination that caused a change in direction for many of us. We're caught up in a situation where matters could go in many directions. We could have been presented with many choices. Finally, many of us went with the flow, thereby the decision or a choice was already made for us. Let's say you had a job offer and you weren't sure if you should take it or wait for something better. But then it turned out to be that this offer is the best because it offered everything you were looking for. If matters were up in the air or you couldn't make a decision, the path was clear, so a decision was made for you. So if you were trying to decide who to go with or what to buy, or everything fell in its place effortlessly. That was the kind of energy we were dealing with. So for some, it was a lucky stroke, but for others, it was not so lucky. Some received good news and others didn't. So it was about making a choice and getting lucky because the choice was made by the universe for you. So who are these people who received this lucky blessing? Aquarius and Libra people were generally receivers of the good news. Now ask yourself this. If you knew this a year ago that this lucky moment would strike, how would you have prepared to take advantage of this lucky opportunity? Yes, I would have told you about this moment even 10 years ago. Those of you who are smart would have prepared to launch a successful campaign and worked at it for even 6 months before this happened. Those of you who have been waiting to cash out on a venture or form a new venture would have prepared for this moment. Foreknowledge is a powerful thing. Know now your future. Welcome to Market Astrology and Horoscope. Unlike the lunar eclipse of November 30, 2020, this solar eclipse that's coming up next week on December 14th is big. This is a strong new moon that will again cause a shift in the national sentiment. For the Biden team, the lunar eclipse was a big eye-opener. For Biden, the legal implications were clearly before his eyes. He saw that the fight was serious, but the safety of his career and reputation would be assured. From the looks of Pence's chart, what's coming up is not so good. For Rudy Giuliani, there's good and bad. He will likely be brought down to his knees by the media, his opponents, or the law, or even by a family member, but he will get the support, financial or other behind the scene help. He needs to continue his media channel because this is where he will be lucky. The solar eclipse will work out well for Giuliani, despite the fact that his reputation and his career will take a big hit. For Trump, things are also good and bad. His career or his presidency, his office, his staff, his reputation will take a hit again. But I already talked about this even, I think, 6 months ago. This could even come from his family members, the media, the foreigners, but I announced this, so I'm not going to go further into this. Although legal matters are expected, Trump can overcome attacks. He has a big media presence and followings worldwide that it would not be a wise thing to attack him. The common people, even outside the U.S., I'm talking about the foreigners, are looking to Trump's leadership. those freedom fighters in Hong Kong are certainly hoping for a Trump victory. This is the good part. Regardless, 2021 is a successful year for Trump. He has to fight the Manchurian candidates in America. Don't forget that I have been saying that the revolution in America is well underway. This upcoming solar eclipse is exactly that. America is again fighting for democracy. If you go back to my video of May 2020, I stated that this is about philosophy. Communism, socialism, anarchy, or democracy. Which one is it? This Georgia runoff of January 5th, 2021 is extremely important. Both Trump and Biden are kind of quiet right now, and the trigger occurs on January 3rd, 2021, when events break out. And I'd say that this is not good for Biden. For Biden, there's good and bad also. Up until now, he has been quietly reaching out from afar. What I mean is that he does not embrace crowds the way Trump does. Trump loves the crowd of fans around him. Biden is more behind the scene, no fanfare type of individual. He prefers to play it safe, is the description. He does not like public display of his affairs or thoughts. However, he will be coming out of his shell into the open cautiously optimistic, although what's coming up for him are restrictions concerning his career or his office. There's still some insecurity regarding his presidency. Ultimately, he will be changing his persona, but he does not need to be careful with, he does need to be careful with his health and publicity that could affect his reputation and his family's. He will likely have to settle for less. There will be a sudden shift in his attitude and drive the third week of December. Both Biden and Trump will be equally highly challenged. I would not underestimate Trump's luck. Luck is what takes you over the top. There is a favorable, unexpected event for the Biden team next week. It could be a legal or a legislative matter. We are now at the end of the road and desperately wanting Santa to fulfill our wishes. What is happening in the nation's capital? Legal matters, one after another. This is just another continuation of what's been happening with the media, court of law, including tribunals, constitution, lawsuits, immigration, higher education, science, philosophy, religion, as well as rewards and awards. There is a revolution underway at the government level. Didn't President Lincoln declare martial law on Maryland to stay in the Union? It happened before, so it can happen again. Our government is changing, and this is continuing throughout 2021. Commerce, both interstate and international, will be affected. Advertising will feel the limitations. The travel industry will still feel the pressure. Sports and sporting events seem to influence the White House. Maybe the president will play golf with a visitor from abroad or even with athletes. There could be a ceremony, and it's the start of something new. Maybe the government cuts through the red tape and stimulates the economy. Maybe Wall Street is paying a visit to the White House to stimulate the economy. In any case, the markets will rally. So, let's start with the Marketscope. Monday, the 7th, December 7th, is a corrective day. Traders could be dubious. The markets have had quite a run-up, and everybody's expecting the bubble to burst. So it's a play-it-safe day. And the S&P, it could be a bit too high. Tuesday, the 8th, is a bullish recovery. Check out those retailers such as Lululemon, food retailers such as Amazon. Wednesday, the 9th, the biotech and COVID stock may be in a bubble territory. Cannabis and distillers could be just as risky. Any stock that is in the bubble territory could sell off. Well, so take a look at the, what is that, Carnival cruise? Those cruise. I mean, I don't know what's happening, but they could be in that bubble territory. Be careful. They're in the Dow and the S&P, so check those out. Thursday the 10th may have to pay up. If you have been short, you cover at a higher price. There go your profits. Don't get greedy. The professional traders and money managers are in the markets with the manipulations. Remember how I have been saying that the metals, energy, semiconductors are going to move. Keep an eye on them. And don't forget that to mine data or Bitcoin does require enormous energy or electricity. Friday the 11th. Don't forget that the professionals are out to make a killing. If the markets dive in the morning, ask yourself, shall I sell? I'm going to go into the Monday, which is the 14th, the following week, a solar eclipse day. The big bad rally I've been talking about is going to occur. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button.